Right, the final methods, the third methods, which is by substitutions to get a quadratic equations. When you get a quadratic equations, there are three main important things that you have to look. When you have achieved quadratic equation, you will either factorize it or using quadratic formula is when you can't factorize, or you will use the method of completing the square. Okay, the D part is when I look at this equation, I will straightforwardly know that I need to use substitution method. How do I know it? How? Because I don't know that I can change 6 into the same base as 5. I do not know it, and we can't do it actually. Therefore, I can't comparing the base, and I also can't using the log. Therefore, I only have the choice of substitution. How do I do it? So this is where you can compare your base and index on both sides. You also can separate them by using the rule of indices in a reverse way. I know this is not the same yet, but still, using the rule of indices, you throw the number 2 outside of the bracket just for the sake of getting the same base and index, exactly the ones that you want. After that, you want to assuming by letting an alphabet m equals to 5 to the power of x. This is where you want to replace it just for a moment until you achieve a quadratic equation. I rearrange it and ta-da! I got the quadratic equation like that. Because that is our main purpose of doing the substitution. I must get a quadratic equations. And now I try an error whether I can factorize this easily or not. Okay, by using your calculator, you will straightforwardly get an answer. Very easy factorization. You will achieve one of your answer is 1 over 5 and the other one is 1. Don't forget to be careful. This is your m where you are only assuming it. You have to change it back into 5 to the power of x all over again for both equations. And there you go. You can also change this fraction into 5 to the power of negative 1, and this one change the 1 into 5 to the power of 0. Okay, using the rule of indices again and again. Therefore, your final answer is x equals to negative 1 or x equals to 0. Okay, for E part, please focus on the number of 343 and number 7. So the number of 343 can be changed into 7 to the power of 3. Use your calculator. And this below part, you can bring it upwards. When you bring it upwards, you will get a negative power. So do know that the rule of indices is very, very important. Alright, so what you need to do next is times them, times the power, and you will get 5x minus 1. So this is the part where you already got the same base and you want to compare the index. Rearrange it until you achieve a quadratic equation. You use your calculator whether you get a whole number or not. If you can't get a whole number, you can't solve it easily like that, like the one that we did just now, Therefore, you cancel it out. You can't factorize it easily. You have to use the second one, which is second alternative, which is the quadratic formula. Okay, recall back, the quadratic formula is x equals to negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over with 2a. Alright, so now you want to use the quadratic formula. You substitute in the negative b, which is negative 5 plus minus square root of negative 5 squared minus 4a, which is 3, and the c is 1. Your a is 3. Therefore, you simplify it, you will get 5 plus minus square root of 25 minus 12, which is 13, over with 6. Therefore, your answer, you have two answers here, which is 5 plus surd 13 over 6, or x equals to 5 minus surd 13 over 6. That's it.